Hi everyone, welcome to the Natty Society podcast where we talk all things about natural bodybuilding. I'm your host Edmund and joining me is my co-host Mr. Sim. Today we have a very special guest, Yuva from India. Right, so Yuva, introduce yourself a little bit to the audiences.
So I am based out of Chennai, Tamil Nadu, in India. So I, I'm a dad. I have a human son and two dog babies. I'm married. I am 34 years old. So I run a gym here. I have my own gym called the Soups Club. I also have another business called Calories. We provide healthy meals to all people who wants to get healthy, and I primarily do online training. I have my own app, and yeah, so contest competing is my passion. I am the first Indian to win in WNBF. I'm the first Indian to win an ICN also. I am the first Indian ICN champion pro coach. I was the first Indian to win an ICN pro show also. I have like 13 pro cards only in the natural bodybuilding. This is the maximum for any Indian coach. So uh, I'm so happy that I'm here. I can I can talk about myself for a very long time. So maybe I think we can uh, go into the specific questions.
I
Yeah, I'm a
think
natural. Yeah.
yes. Go ahead, you are. Go ahead.
No, to simplify it, I'm a pro natural bodybuilder and I'm a businessman and a family man. That's all.
Yes, yes. I
Yeah.
think Yuva did a very nice breakdown of everything he does. Apparently, it seems like Yuva can do a lot of things, but we are here to break it down and so that people can know more and know
Yeah.
better about you. Why don't you let us start from the beginning? What is your
Yeah.
background and how did you get into fitness in the first place?
Yeah. So I am a mechanical engineering graduate. So background, I was always a nerd. So I have been first in academics in my school, the whole school life. Uh, Imagine I got school first in my 10th standard. I don't know how do you call it in your country, but yeah, in 10th I got school first, and in 12th also my cutoff was 199 out of 200, and at the same time I come first in 100 meters also. So I was like a hero in my school days. So people, now I'm not boasting. The teachers take my academics and also my sports performance to the juniors, and they actually speak about it, that you guys have to be like Yuva Prakash. So my background was solid. I always come first in academics as well as 100 meters. Imagine my 100-meter timing was 11.2 without any coach. Okay, I've
Wait,
never had
wait.
a coach in my life. 11.2 seconds was my 100-meter timing in my college. So
That's amazing.
I was first in my college also. Imagine I was short. I was just 51 kilos, 52 kilos. I'm just 5'4". I think I would have been shorter in college school days, I guess. Imagine me running at 11.2. Long jump also. I just go and jump. I do 6.5 meters and all. Just like that. I've never had a coach in my life. So with respect to bodybuilding and this thing, I've always had that. I'm not sure it is genetics or the hard work, because I've been training since I was in the LKG, UKG, the kindergarten stage itself. I come first in 100 meters. It might be 30 meters during the kindergarten days also. So, and yeah, so uh, since I was just 51 kilos, and since I'm short, I've always been bullied for being
Hmm.
short. So that was also one of the reasons that it pushed me to beat all those guys. So I
Wh-
beat all the tall guys in 100 meters because I was bullied for being short. So I took that as that inferiority complex. Somehow I turned out into my something I want to prove against themselves. So, but still, that inferiority complex was always there. I was always feeling bad that I'm short and skinny. Those bullies, I wanted to prove something to them. At least I wanted to look little muscular, to look little matured. So after my college days, I joined the gym. Within a few days, I gained 4 5 kilos. Within like few weeks itself, I went to 56 57, and I started looking really good. Within just like hardly 3 4 months, I gained a lot of muscle. and it was really good. And then I continued training for a couple of years. I looked really good. I had six packs, but I have six packs for more than 20 plus years. Okay, I've always had six packs. And with putting on little bit muscle mass, and I looked really good. Everybody started asking me, "Why don't you compete? Why don't you compete?" Some initially in 2015, I'm telling people used to come and ask me, "Do you compete?" I was like, "Why are these guys asking me like this?" Because I had six packs, clear six packs, and I had put on little muscle. And then I thought maybe why not try? So at that time, only in India, only Muscle Mania was there, which was
Mm-hmm.
the natural bodybuilding show.
Mm-hmm.
So I competed and I won also. So
That was your first time? That was your first time
my
competing?
first ever show in 2015, Muscle Mania Chennai. I got second place and I lost to an enhanced athlete. Okay. I still remember that I lost to an enhanced athlete who came, called himself natural. And then the same time, it was a regional show. In India also I won. I got fourth place. So I think that was a turning point of my life. Winning in your first show, doing something that you like, it boosted me a lot, and I completely, 2016 I quit. So I used to work also. I used to work in a company called Mu Sigma, it's a business analytics firm. I was there for like three and a half years. I was a manager. So in 2016 itself, my pay was 16 lakhs. I mean, in this company it was 10. I had an offer for 16 lakhs also, which is more than a lakh a month for someone from a small town. I'm from a small town called Tirupur in Tamil Nadu only. For someone from a small town, earning more than a lakh per month was huge. This is in 2016. So that time itself, I quit my job to follow my passion. I'm happy that I'm here talking to you guys after what 8 years. Yeah, I'm so happy that it turned out to be successful. I'm sitting in my own gym with with my name at the background, and I'm talking to the best of the best in the natural bodybuilding industry, and I'm so happy and
Thank
proud
you
of
so much.
myself. But, yeah.
All right, Yuva, just a quick question. Right, so you competed, since 2016, 2016,
2015.
during Muscle Mania. So I believe you mentioned that you self-prep, right? So
No,
you
no, that
prepare
time I had
yourself.
a coach. 2015, I had a coach. I hired a
Ah,
coach.
okay, okay. All right. So 2015, you 2015, 2016, you competed, right? Versus you competed in 2019 in Singapore,
Yeah,
right? And 2022
in
in
Philippines.
Philippines. What are the differences that I mean, are you with the same coach throughout, or you change coaches, or you self-coach throughout?
I have changed coaches. So the thing is, in India, right, natural bodybuilding, India natural bodybuilding is too backward. Okay. So the first competition I did in 2015. See, I don't want to. At the end of the day, we're talking about past. So I don't want to. If this sounds like I'm blaming the coaches, I'm not. So I just wanted to tell this upfront because at the end of the day, those coaches have helped me. Okay, so but in 2000 until 2000, uh, your 2019 Singapore was the first show where I measured calories and macros. Okay, so this is the fact. So now telling this, I don't want to talk in such a way that the previous trainers did not even know that, because the whole India was backwards. Bro. They did the best to teach me what they knew. I'm so glad that they didn't give me steroids. Okay, they even told me, you should take steroids, but I told no. They respected my decision. I'm happy for that, because in
Mm.
India, every single guy is fooled. Their first coach fools a lot of people.
Is
Mm.
it easy to get substances over there?
Yeah, it's easy.
Very.
It's easy to get. It's very easy to get. So, yeah. So the coaches did not know. The coaches itself, they did not know. And until Singapore show, I had cut water for every natural bodybuilding show. Okay, Singapore show was the first show where I didn't cut water. So I had.
Yuva, sorry to cut you off. For the audience who doesn't know what cutting water is, could you briefly explain what is the cutting water
Yeah, so
approach?
basically, yeah, generally before competition, all the athletes tend to cut water to look more shredded. But this is not necessary for natural bodybuilders. Enhanced bodybuilders, they take PEDs, because of which they store extra water. So they had to use some substances to expel those extra water. But being a natural bodybuilder, we are anyways already skinny. If we cut water, we'll get even more skinny. And on top of it, without water, you won't get the proper pump. The muscles are filled with water. So you're not supposed to cut water. Maybe you can reduce little bit, manipulate a little bit, but which is also mostly won't be necessary. So if you're a natural bodybuilder, you should not cut water. All you have to do is just cut fat. So yeah, so in India, all those coaches, because they were all enhanced. All those coaches were already enhanced, and they gave me the protocol for an enhanced athlete. So I mean, I learned a lot because of those mistakes. Now I'm a better coach right now.
Mhm. And that was the first season that you had, 2015, with the previous coach.
2015 I cut water. 2016 I had a different coach. With him also I cut water. 2017 I came to Musclemania Asia. I was in Singapore only, bro. That time also I had cut water. I still remember, bro. Before going to the stage, that coach, I had cut water the previous, I think for last previous, I think 36 hours, 24 to 36 hours, I've already cut water. I could feel it, the carbs I was eating, I wasn't getting fuller. And before heading onto the stage, this coach gave me 1 or 2 spoons of salt with 2 spoons of sugar, tablespoons of sugar, mix it, asked me to drink. I could feel my stomach burning like hell. I was in the toilet, trying to poop it out, but I couldn't. And they are calling my number on stage, and I was almost about to cry because I was not getting pumped. My stomach was burning a lot because I was testing it out for the first time ever. So that was one of the worst experience. I could still feel it. I can feel like I'm sitting on the toilet right now. So yeah, so that was I think the journey. I think I've lost so much more to tell from how the Musclemania Chennai, how it was very bad. Some of those athletes who competed with me are IFBB pros now.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And yeah, a lot of people who talk shit about natural bodybuilding, they competed with me there that time. So from competing in an association like Musclemania to going to Singapore and winning WMBF was a crazy journey. And being the first Indian to do when there were no coach, when there was no exposure. That time ICN was also not there in India. No real natural bodybuilding show was there in India. No INBA, no ICN, no WNBF. It was a very tough journey for me to, even to find out WNBF exists was also, it took, imagine, 4 years for me.
Yeah.
WNBF is happening for 30 years, from more than 30, 33, I guess.
Yeah.
So in 2015 when I started, I did not know about WNBF. So in 2019, I hired this coach. His name is Aaron Curtis. He's from Australia. He's a pro. He's a natural bodybuilding pro. He was my first good coach who taught me what natural bodybuilding is, who taught me about measuring calories and macros. Even we have made some mistakes also, but still I was so lucky that I found him. In 2019 Singapore, I still have my pictures. I looked crazy. I shot with, you might know Apasianis, bro. He's no more right now.
Yeah.
But I had done a lot of shoots with him. I have those pictures. And 2019 was one of my best looks. So even now people love that look, my hairstyle, my physique, the shoot that I did. Aaron Curtis is one of the turning points of my life, hiring him as a coach. And competing in WNBF also was a turning point of my life because it gave me a lot of recognition. I mean, respect. Because if you notice, my bio will not have Musclemania. I won Asia. I won Musclemania India 3 times and I won Asia also. I don't even have it in my bio because I was not proud of it. Because a lot of people were fake Natties winning it there. And initially, first people were like, you compete in Musclemania and win and prove us that you're natural. So I won in Musclemania. I even have my drug test report also. I cleared it. And if you one more thing is Musclemania India was promoting me a lot. To an extent that I had the Musclemania India page access. That time it was all Facebook. In my phone, I had the Musclemania India page username and password. I can post anytime. I can go live anytime. That much they had promoted me. If they put Simon Panda and this guy Chulsoon post once, they will post me once.
Oh, wow.
So that much Musclemania India was promoting me. I still have the conversation. I told them that I still have the MuscleMania, the test reports of almost all the athletes. Instead of sending my report, they sent me the whole report of all the athletes. I still have it in my email. I've not posted it because they can even file the defamation case on me. I have it. There were so many athletes who got disqualified, but they never announced.
Mm-hmm.
They never announced. So that was the time I wanted to quit MuscleMania because I don't want to promote an organization, who don't even disqualify the people who actually failed the test.
Mm-hmm.
And if I am promoting this, I know that I had a huge impact on natural bodybuilding because I was one of the guys who were winning and also had good following. So I did not want to, promote a wrong association to the younger generation. Even though, for example, last 3-4 years, MuscleMania is still happening in India. None of my clients competed. So I did not. I removed it. I don't even have it in my bio. So I wanted to be, ethically good, do something good for natural bodybuilding. That's why I chose WNBF. I want WNBF to come to India very
That's good to
soon.
know, bro. That's good to know,
Uh,
bro. And I think
a lot of people don't know this that I had so much muscle mania. Even though they texting Mangalaramam and all, they text a
yeah.
lot. I had bro muscle mania promoted me a lot. It gave me the initial fame. To some extent, I accept, but doesn't mean I cannot promote an organization who is doing wrong.
That's so true, bro. And I think
Uh,
we both know that WNBF India is coming very soon, next year. And with that being said, I kind of want to know because the audience of this podcast is gonna be because you're here, so mainly gonna be a lot of Indian listeners, but at the same time, we would have a lot more Southeast Asia or Asia listeners. Could you briefly talk about the current situation in India natural bodybuilding, where what are the coaches like? What are the because we briefly spoke about this in one of our calls,
See now, yeah. So
and the competition, what is it
India
like?
is definitely better, far better. So since ICN came to India in 2019, natural bodybuilding industry has improved a lot. There are really good coaches, very good coaches, but in 2019, 2021 and all, it was little bad, but now it is good. I mean, India has very good athletes. India always had very good athletes, but even in the enhanced industry, if you see, uh, some of the achievements from Indians are really good. I mean, we are at the end of the day, we are backwards in terms of enhanced industry also. I always tell people that only when natural bodybuilding is good in a country, the enhanced will also be good. It is uh, at the end of the day, PEDs are just it's just an accessory. If you are a good natural bodybuilder, you'll be a good enhanced bodybuilder. The ethics are more important. Uh, yeah, with respect to the natural bodybuilding situation industry in India, it is good, but the hatred is a lot as usual. But in India, it's a lot. People don't believe in natural bodybuilding. For example, uh, I'm in natural bodybuilding for more than 8 years. Whatever I've achieved, no other Indian has achieved. I still have to answer this question: how did you build this physique naturally? Is natural bodybuilding real? More than specific questions. Even now,
Mm.
every person that I meet, I still have to spend my energy on how did you build this physique naturally? Is natural bodybuilding possible? Are you natural? I have to answer this question to every single person. So that is the reality of natural bodybuilding in India. With respect to the associations, ICN is doing a pretty good job. uh, Me and the ICN president, we all competed in 2015 Muscle Mania. So we are all friends since then. The drug testing can improve because since ICN has also become very popular right now, a lot of enhanced athletes started coming in because they're not doing polygraph that much. They are doing the WADA drug testing properly. The winners, the overall winners, the pro card holders, some random guys are being tested. But recently, I've noticed a lot of prior athletes who have got enhanced 2-3 years before or 3-4 years before are competing in ICN also. So they should do something to eliminate such people. That is, apart from that, uh, INBA, I'm not a big fan of INBA, but okay, they're doing a decent job. But INBA, we know the rules. Even if you have used the last month, they don't care. So they are open about it. Muscle Mania is, as usual, spoiling the whole industry. Uh, Only these three are happening in India. Uh, so WNBF will be a game changer for sure because WNBF is the only association which makes sure people have not used for the last 10 years. So I'm waiting for the WNBF.
You're saying all those three federations are still running shows in India currently?
Yeah, they're in.
And is by any chance natural bodybuilding show is bigger than the non-tested
No,
show in India?
no way. But this IC in Goa, there were more than 1,000 entries, which means there were more than 600 athletes competing in one show. It is amazing, but I don't see much sponsors.
Okay.
So I think enhanced shows, if you, for example, right now, today, in Mumbai, it is happening. The IFBB Pro Show is happening. It is the
Okay.
craziest show in India for sure.
Is it crazy by the sense of production or the number of
Production,
athletes?
the sponsors, the number of athletes, the quality of athletes? It's an IFBB show, but it is very famous. Even the audiences are also more. People who come to see the show are a lot. So easily 2,000 athletes will be competing, 1,500 to 2,000 in one show. Imagine. Only in men's physique there were 700 athletes when I competed once.
Is that a 1 day event or 2 day?
It's a 3-day event.
3 days event.
It's a
Wow.
3-day event, yeah.
That's crazy.
But men's physique, the main things happen on the day 2 and day 3. The first day is just inauguration.
Okay, Yuva, just a Sim, don't mind asking, just in your opinion, what do you think, between IFBB show and natural show, why are IFBB getting a lot more sponsors, a lot more athletes?
Simple,
I mean,
bro. The
I
reach.
understand.
The reach. That's all.
I
As
the
simple as
the
that.
what?
The reach, the popularity.
Okay.
Bro, it's
Popularity.
Arnold, bro. It started with Arnold. Now we have Sebum, we have Jeremy Boyendia, we have Ryan Terry. At the end of the day, see, even we Natties now, when we do this post, we call it Ryan Terry post. Okay. We are not calling it the WNBF Pro Champs post, right? He also did the same post, the guy who won the WNBF men's physique overall.
Yeah.
I mean, the worlds. Okay. Even he is also telling it's Ryan Terry's post. So I just saw his recent post. I'm just giving you as an example. I mean, it's okay. At the end of the day, we have to, even though they are enhanced, we have to appreciate the hard work. Every enhanced athlete is not going to win the Olympia, right? But yeah, it's mainly, I think it's coming from Arnold, bro. Maybe if Arnold was a Natty, if he played natural bodybuilding, the natural bodybuilding scene would have been different. It's the media attention, and we had big guys. See, we have Ronnie Coleman, we have Philip, Jacob, can talk a lot. So I think natural bodybuilding taking that place might be impossible, but I can see the growth in natural bodybuilding.
It's definitely growing now, but would you say that the natural bodybuilders in India, they're following a lot on the news and the competitions overseas in the US?
No.
Even the
I mean,
IFBB?
you're talking about the IFBB. IFBB, yes.
Only IFBB.
IFBB, yes. Natural bodybuilding, no. Even a lot of natural bodybuilding pros doesn't know that, there is an IFBB natural show. They don't know about WNBF Worlds. They don't even know that, very good shows are happening outside India. A lot of natural athletes don't know. They don't even put the efforts to go also to a different country.
Sorry, Eman, I'm just gonna ask this question.
Please.
And this, I want to give credit to Yuva, because like he said, a lot of people in India, they don't know about their good shows outside of India. And Yuva is one of the few, or maybe only himself, that bring his athletes to compete outside of India. And one of his athletes, definitely a great athlete, turned pro in WNBF Philippines in both categories, men's physique and also bodybuilding. Would you share a little bit on your coaching and your prep approach? How you handle? You have a lot of clients, yeah?
Yeah.
Could you share a little bit on how you manage your clients?
So I have, as I told you, I have this app. Basically, it's I've taken subscription from Trainerize. Bro, this thing is slow, but I'm audible, right? The whole thing is very slow. You're good, right? Yeah. So with respect to coaching, my concept is very simple. Okay. I don't take clients who come with complications. Okay. So I take clients who are already healthy, who wants to transform or who wants to compete. My approach is very simple only. Obviously, you will create a deficit, but with respect to communication, everything, I have this app, basically a subscription from Trainerize. So I take care of it. My approach is very simple. Basically, if someone comes, say, with a fat percentage of 16%, or if you want to compete, you have to be around 5 to 6. So you have to lose around 11%, which means you need 22 weeks. So what I do is I generally tell them I need a pre-prep phase. So if approximately if you need 20 weeks to compete, give me 30 weeks. Okay. So I do a pre-prep phase. I make sure they eat more and train hard so that the starting point is really good. A lot of people, what they do is immediately when they want to compete, immediately they cut down carbs, cut down fat, they go into a bigger deficit so that they never reach the peak physique. They never bring the best out of them. So my approach is very simple. Give me more time. I'll make sure a starting point is good. And if you're consistent, I'll get you to the 5 to 6%. And if you have the size for the category, you're going to be a pro. As simple as that. Every guy who had that, the pro worthy size and came to me for coaching, everybody turned pro. So I have the record. The guys who did not turn pro, they would have joined me very late, or they would have been inconsistent in between, or they are beginners. That's all. So, but my coaching is simple. All you have to do is basically create a deficit, and this is with respect to the prep. If someone is coming for off season, obviously you do a bulk mini cut, do a bulk mini cut. Basic, everything is basic. I don't do anything complicated. I don't train complicated clients. I take simple clients. My biggest plus is also posting and the planning. So I always plan in advance. I make sure the athletes are ready 4 weeks before the stage. I teach them posing properly. I teach everything properly. Where to look, when to look at the judges, when to do this, when to smile. I tell a lot of things that how to carry yourself. Since I have competed a lot of times, I know what all the mistakes they can do. So everything I tell them upfront. So coaching has always been easy for me. Also, I don't like to coach that much. So I want to be an athlete first, but sadly, in India, or I think in whole bodybuilding industry, you cannot earn just being an athlete. So I had to do coaching to make money. But sometimes, it is nice to see the people you coach win. It also has become an addiction. So I take only clients who give me, enough time for prep. If someone comes in, hurry burry and wants to compete in 8 weeks, 12 weeks, I don't encourage. I always take long-term clients. But approach is pretty simple, as I said. Anything
you were just curious. Okay. On top of nutrition, we all know that deficit is still deficit, supply is still surplus, right? In recent studies, there's a lot of scientific approach in terms of training. Those lengthen partial range of different range of motion, that kind of thing. Do you actually follow them or apply them? Like some different kind of intensifier, different kind of
so
approach.
basically, as I said in that my app itself, we track the training also. So as I said, I keep things simple. I always tell them to do full range of motion, train till failure, and we record each and every training session. So basically, you try to progressively overload. So I tell them, see, I prioritize training more than the nutrition. I personally feel the difference between a pro and an amateur is a training experience. Is every single pro is very strong. I have every single pro bodybuilder is very strong. He'll lift crazy weights with full range of motion with enough rest. For example, I can do 170 squat, I can do 115 bench, I can do 215 deadlift at 64, 65 kilos, which is almost as good as a power lifter. But I'm not a power lifter. I'm a pro bodybuilder. Even Mangala Arambam, he lifts very good. There's another WNBF pro from Tamil Nadu. His name is Ashwin. He turned pro in Dubai. He also lifts very good. Every single pro. There's a WNBF pro called Suhail. He's from Sri Lanka. He also lifts good. I can. Every single pro is strong. So at the end of the day, if you track your training, progressively overload, do good range of motion, do train till failure. These are the basic aspects. I give 1 or 2 rest days. Obviously sleep has to be, primary focus. So if you do all these basic things, check, you're anyways going to get a lot of, you're going to get crazy results. Beyond this, going into the length and partials, myosets, all these things, I personally feel it's not that necessary. I won't go too much into all these things. You're tying a band here and doing that much. I don't, deep dive into the aspects. I'm not scientifically that good. Also, I'm not someone who has done, masters in exercise and nutrition or something, because I personally feel I am not qualified to go that deep. Also, I keep things basic. I feel that is more than enough, because when you want to compete, it's mind also. It's the planning. A lot of things is more important than the scientific stuffs.
So it is more like very straightforward. Just train hard, recover, right, and repeat.
Eat
Yeah,
right,
which
basic stuff,
pretty
sleep
much.
well. Basically, see, there are 4 variables: your training, the cardio, your nutrition, the macros, and your sleep. These are the 4 variables. I say there is a 5th variable, which is your mind, your emotion, because your mind controls these 4 variables. So if you keep these 5 things in check, do the basics every week, you report to your coach on how you manage these 5 things, and manipulate all these 5 variables based on what you did in the last week. You with enough time, you are going to be the best bodybuilder. You'll bring the best version of yourself. At the end of the day, you don't have to compare with someone else. All you have to do is give your best. If you're better than your previous version, all good.
All right. So yep. Right. So Yuva, understand that you're really busy with your businesses, yourself, coaching many athletes. So in 2025, are there going to be a lot of athletes going to compete? And for yourself also, do you have any upcoming plans that you're going to step on the
So
stage
I
again?
will be, yes. So the 2025 is going to be my competing season. I have planned to compete in September. From September, October, November, I want to
Nice.
compete until December, the 4 months. Uh, as of now, I plan to do the Dubai show. I hope I turn pro there and come to you guys. So that is the goal. But anyways, my clients are also competing. So this 2025, my team is going to be crazy, because I've got few guys whom I have been coaching for more than 2 years, 2-3 years, are going to compete. They all have good size, and imagine we have all started prep right now. We have already started. So I've planned for 45 weeks of prep for every single person, so that we give enough time, and we make sure everyone is at his peak conditioning. And I want the judges to have a difficult time judging, and I want to make sure every athlete who stands on the overall should be my athlete, and me also. So let's see. 2025 is definitely going to be. I personally feel it's going to be a game changer in Indian national bodybuilding industry from Team Yuva itself.
Would you be competing with your athletes as well in the same show?
Yeah. I'm going to. For example, I have 9 pro cards in ICN itself. So we have like 6 guys who are pros. In that, 4 of us are classic physique pros, and all 4 of us are going to compete on the same stage in the ICN Pro Show. So it's going to be fun. I hope I become WNBF Pro, and I want to compete against Mangal for sure.
Oh wow!
So I can't wait. So me and Mangal,
is he competing next year too?
Yes, he's competing from September. So definitely for Singapore, we'll be there.
Awesome.
I have to work hard to be a pro, and come. It will be really
Come
good
back
if we
Singapore and
both
reclaim
compete.
it.
But yes, bro. Singapore and Philippines is here.
There's something meaningful to you. You know what I mean? If you
So
win
your
your pro
first
card at these
show,
places.
your
Yeah.
first show, it's always. But Singapore, I was really good, bro. Just that, I'm not. I was not lucky. I wish, uh, for the amount of effort and everything, if I had turned pro in Singapore, it would have been nice. Imagine I got my first medal in 2019. First medal. Imagine for someone to get uh, the pro card from my own place, it took 5 years.
Wow.
So it took 5 years for someone from my own place to become a pro. There were two more guys who turned pro, but they were not in India. One guy was in Canada and one guy was in Dubai. So for someone from India to win a pro based out of India, it took 5 years. So I won in 2019 itself. And 2022 also I won gold. It was so close for the pro card. You know, I'll be honest with you guys. I was almost depressed after 2022 because
But
I
that's
didn't turn pro. Because at the end of it, I understand as an athlete, since I feel I'm mature enough to take all these losses, but a lot of people can't. Because me being winning from 2015 itself, it puts a lot of pressure on me also.
mm.
It's
And
like
how do you
why am I even not a pro?
and
Uh,
how did you go about you said you're now mature enough, and how did you go about taking in the fact that, like, yes, you put in a lot of hard work, but not coming out of it with a pro card. How did you digest that?
no, it was very difficult to digest. I had a lot of sleepless nights. Uh, but I personally feel I'm emotionally I am matured a lot, bro, compared to a lot of athletes. I have very good clarity in my mind. Uh, I mean, see, as I said, normally athletes are very emotional. You would have known, right? A lot of guys who will
Yeah.
behave childish for a lot of reasons. But I personally feel me, coming from I'm not from a very rich family. I'm not from a poor family also. But whatever I've done, obviously I've never had say loans or something from my family, but I've built myself. Uh, Okay. And from school days, as I said, I've been topping in academics and sports. I've been always a hard worker. I've lost a lot. I've won a lot. So I think see, for example, in my college, I was a sports secretary of my college itself. And even in the work that I did, I was a manager. I was very good at work. I personally feel I'm not a normal guy. I've been very good mentally, and I've been competing my whole life. So I think I have that maturity to take the losses. Uh, for example, see, I'll be honest with you. I was upset with WNBF Singapore, and I was also upset with WNBF Philippines, also to some extent. Okay, but I've never shown it in a bad way. I've always taken it sportively. I've always taken feedbacks, and I took it as I took it as a challenge to bring my boy compete there. See, we won two pro cuts. It was like a me coming for a comeback, and I felt better in winning than talking. And still, it's not over until I win. I take things positively. I think the mental clarity and maturity, uh, if you don't have, you can't become a pro. Also, that is also that every single pro is mentally more stronger than the physical genetics or the strength that they have.
Yeah, I think that will put you through the years of training, whether you're winning, competing, losing, so on and so forth. I think that's something special, about us, going, gymming and all for decades.
Yeah. No, every single champion, every single pro goes through all these things, has his own personal problems, has financial problems, has breakups, has business losses, gets injuries. You know, they may lose their close friends, family. So everybody goes through all these things. I think you should not give excuses. Sometimes the judging may not be in your favor, but you cannot give excuses. You have to go up and fight for it and win. But something like, for example, there is a big difference between muscle mania and WNBF, right? So if it was WNBF is not muscle mania, that's been coming back again and again. So to some extent, I understand why judging was that way also. And every time the judges gave me a good feedback as well.
I wanna insert like a more personal message about Yuva, because I also competed in 2022 WNBF Philippines. That was the first time I met Yuva there, and from seeing him for the first time, and people, my friends told me that, oh, this athlete competed back in 2019 in Singapore also, and that year, 2022 in Philippines, seeing him then and seeing him now at WNBF Philippines again with Mangal when he won his two pro cards, I can definitely see how much Yuva has a different approach to competition within 2 years. I mean, obviously, Yuva said he has matured over the years, but I think these 2 years is very different, bro. Like previously, I saw you. You are very. I think I can say you are more. You have more hunger to win compared to now. You are mature enough where you still have that drive that you want to win, but now you are able to take in more feedback, more information, and how to be better, you know? So credit to you, man. Like the
I,
growth and the journey is important.
I think
Yeah,
that boils
thank you,
down
bro.
to now that Yuva is like looking after so many athletes. He know that he can't put himself in front, right? Because at the end of the day, a lot of people are relying on him, right? Whether he turn pro or not, in the time to come, he will definitely try his best because after all, he's leading the team, right? But I think that like what C mentioned, that the maturity, the growth and all, right? I believe it's all from all the coaching through all the athletes that you see, on
No,
top of that, as a
big,
father, as a husband and all.
exactly. So being in business, I have seen losses in the business also, and you cannot give up no matter what. And currently, I have a very good coach. His name is Brandon Cantor. You all will know. He is also a WNBF pro. So he is very good.
What's his
I've
name
learned
again?
a Brandon Cantor, BK
Oh,
conditioning.
right, right.
Okay.
So in Philippines, I was under him.
Okay.
So he's one of the best coaches for sure in the whole natural bodybuilding industry itself. Huge thanks to him because I've learned a lot from him.
Hmm.
So I
Would
follow
you?
uh, his whatever he taught me. I apply
Mhm.
it, and to Indians it works in a different way. So since me being there in all the worlds, I could easily manipulate the mindset and everything, the training, all these variables to Indians. And I want to train other country people also.
Mhm.
uh, Hopefully I will start because it's something that I always wanted to do. Currently I've trained only Indians. I've trained only a couple of people who are not from India and they have not competed yet. So
You're
I
saying you're
want
looking
to,
forward to have more international
yeah,
clients.
international clients also.
Okay. Are you comfortable disclosing if your next year prep, is there gonna be a new coach? Are you still with
No,
Brandon?
no,
Are you
I'm
com
still with BK.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Now to I think that was a great sharing, but to end this note, this podcast, I want to have Yuva to share some advice for aspiring athletes. So let's say some young people that just got into natural bodybuilding, they want to start their journey, they want to do well. What are the best advice or the most important advice you can give?
So if I have to tell the most important advice, you should hire a good coach. That is always the best advice. So I'll tell you how to hire the coach. So basically, so you have to hire a coach who has achieved what you want to achieve, and or or he should have made other people achieve what you want to achieve. As simple as that. You can, if you want to become a WNBF pro, you cannot hire a coach who doesn't even have a WNBF medal, or say who doesn't even have a natural bodybuilding medal. Okay, a lot of people do this just because their gym has a coach who has a good physique. You cannot hire him. He has never won WNBF, or none of his clients have won WNBF. So you cannot hire him as a coach. So hire a coach who has achieved what you want to achieve, or who has made mainly he should have made others achieve what you want to achieve. So that is the first main thing. Second is you should give enough time for a prep. A lot of people, 90% of the athletes who stand on stage are never ready. They are at least 4 weeks out or 8 weeks out or 2 weeks out. So that is, I mean, when you do the step one right, correct, obviously the step two won't come. But yeah, you should give enough time for a prep. It's going to take time, but it is worth it. Natural bodybuilding, you can win, you can make your family proud, you can make your country proud, you can also build a career around it, you can also make money, and you will also get respect and recognition from everyone. So you should pursue natural bodybuilding. We three are examples for it.
You are a good example. You are.
See, it's the same thing. To become a WNBF president is needs as much as hard work as to become a WNBF pro. So to run a show, imagine you are the one who's running the show and giving the pro cut. So it is not easy. It's as difficult or even more difficult, becoming a pro. So it is everything is difficult. It's not easy, and you have to grow this thing also.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Well, is there anything to add on, Edmund? Would you want to say some words?
Yep. I would like to thank Yuva. This is the first time talking to him for this long, right? We were supposed to meet in Singapore, but unfortunately, we can't, right? But we definitely will catch up in 2025, right? That's for sure. And yeah, Yuva being the first guest for the Natty podcast, right, alongside with Sim, right, which is the co-founder also, right? So I feel that what we are trying to portray through this channel is again, irregardless whether you're in India, Singapore, Malaysia, anywhere, our goal objective is the same, to promote natural bodybuilding, because if not us, then who?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
It makes so much sense that all around the globe, if not each of us putting some effort a little bit here and there, right, there won't be natural bodybuilding, right? So we appreciate every single one that are putting all the hard work, right, just passing the messages, work hard, show the work, that kind of thing, how much natural bodybuilding can actually be achieved, right? So yeah, I let Sim sum up this episode. Yep.
All right. Thank you, Edmund. Thank you, Yuva, as well. And thank you, all audience, for tuning in. If you have any further questions, because we're trying to keep this podcast short and nice to consume. So if you have any questions for Yuva for a potential next episode, drop your questions in the comment section on YouTube, Spotify, or even in our Instagram. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to all the platforms of our podcast. And we cannot wait to bring you the next episode. Also, let us know who you think the next guest will be, or who you hope to see. And until then, I'll see you guys soon. Peace, everyone.